In this episode, I almost hit a bull, I find some of New South Wales' great silo art, and I also stop and have a bite to eat at the Roadkill Grillz Cafe. Stick around, this is my trip home to Sydney from the What's Up Down Under road trip. Oh, at the moment, there's a bit of blue sky for my ride to my next destination. I don't know how long that blue sky is going to last, so I want to get on the road as soon as possible and start my 3-day journey home on the bike. So leaving early from Mildura, I bidded my farewells to all of the What's Up Down Under Everything caravan and camping crew. The boat's over to the right, you can see that's where we stayed last night. It was a magic night. But it was time to hit the road and I was in a race with the weather. The rain was coming, but I wanted to get as many kilometres under my belt before the rain hit. I almost made it to Hay, staying dry. Alright, just stopped quickly in Balranald. It's only an hour and a half on the road so far. I'm only going as far as Hay today because there's going to be a fair bit of rain, and I just thought I'd break the trip up just to be safe. On the Hay Plains, being in the rain with the road trains is not ideal. So quick stop, I've got an hour and 23 to get on to Hay, and then I'll be off the road for the rest of the day, just catching up on some computer work and planning the rest of the trip home. Anyway, it's been a great trip so far.
Contemplating all my time. My thoughts make me tired, just running through my mind. Wonder if
Coming into Hay, I was pretty keen to get off the wet roads and have a nice hot shower, but I just happened to see out of the corner of my eye a bit of silo art in Hay, which I didn't even know that it was there. So I have to quickly head back, get some shots of that, then go and check in for the day.
you're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I can go? Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away, you're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away. It gets so loud that I can barely hear. But your words speak much louder than all my fears. Sometimes I just want.
Well, I almost beat the rain to Hay. It's been a cold trip. Obviously, the road trains are the killers on this road. For motorcyclists, it gets a bit wild out there. I'm a bit wet, but nice little room for the night before I head off on my next leg home. But this will do. Now it's time to fight a steak. Before I go out and grab a big fat juicy steak for lunch, I wanted to show you how I judge the quality of an Aussie motel. Firstly, obviously it's bed comfort. As long as it's clean and comfortable, I'm happy. I don't really care so much about all of the decorations. It doesn't matter to me. Comfortable, clean bed, number one. TV. I'm often in these hotels on my own, so I've got to be able to watch TV. But here's the thing. A good Aussie motel must have biscuits in their coffee rack. You have to have packets and packets of Arnott's biscuits if you're gonna ever get my vote in the motels of Australia. So Saltbush, there is 6 packets of biscuits here that will not be here when I leave, I promise you that, but it will mean you'll get a very, very good Google review. Nestled along the banks of the Murrumbidgee River is the outback town of Hay. Surrounded by the iconic Hay Plains which you've seen on the way into town, this area is renowned for its 360-degree sunsets. Also famous for shearing sheep, and the Australian Shearers Hall of Fame, History and Culture Centre are at the heart of the town. Well, some bangers and mash at the Crown Hotel, and the belly is feeling a little bit better. Yes, I know I was craving a steak, but the bangers and mash looks really bloody good. Anyway, into Foodworks, get some food for this evening and tomorrow morning's breakfast, and then it's just a chill afternoon. Get out of the cold and the wet and be nice and fresh for a big ride tomorrow. Weethale, here we come.
Swerving in a Malibu spaceship, all of the plans postponed. Cruising, I matrix, screaming, I made it, but I'm praying I don't get so far gone. Feeling evasive, 100 on the dash, no brakes. In the other hand, grip a bankroll. It feel amazing, all this time that I'm paving, I'm taking the long way home.
Alright, so I've arrived here at Weethale for one reason. A mate of mine, Dan, is an excellent photographer, and he gifted me a painting or a picture of these silos. So Dan, I made it here, mate. It's a horrible day, but I'm here. There she is. Absolutely amazing. Now to try and find a cup of coffee and warm up a little bit. Woo! It's cold. So being cold and wet and with very limited visibility, I was dying for a cup of coffee. And there was a fellow motorcyclist that used to have a shop here, but sadly it seems like she has moved on. But just around the corner, I did happen to find something, a little gem in the rough, you might say. Alright, there's just some magic people that you meet in country towns and on the road. The lady that runs this place that owns Roadkill in Weethale, the nicest lady to have a chat with. Interesting story, great food, and obviously caffeinated because I got a smile. But look at that, I arrived and it was pouring with rain, and now there's mostly no clouds in the sky at all. Anyway, I've been told about some more silo art, so I'm going to head into West Wyalong, then Grenfell, check out some more silo art, and then to my destination of Cowra tonight. Okay, so the lady who was running the cafe, the Roadkill Cafe in Weethale, told me about this new mural that's been done here in West Wyalong, and it's absolutely magnificent. So beautiful. Also, my next stop will be Grenfell, and there'll be another one of this guy's murals as well. Anyway, I'll turn you around so you can have a look. Okay, so just pulled into Grenfell. This is the last of the Silo Art trail that I'm going to see on this trip, but I will be doing more in the future because I think it's fascinating the workmanship that goes into creating these artworks on our silos that have been left blank for so many years. But let's turn you around and have a look at this. What a magic painting. Look at that. Rosella up the top, glass, some white cockatoos, obviously livestock down the bottom. Man, that is bloody beautiful. From my understanding, all of these pieces of art that I've shown you today are from the same artist. So one very, very talented person that's bringing tourists to these country areas just to check out these silo arts. Now, there is a Silo Art Trail website, I believe, or maybe a Facebook group, but I'll link it down below. If you're interested in checking out any of the silo art in and around our states, certainly check that out, because that is so worth the drive just to see the sheer magnitude of it. And most importantly, it's also helping our regional areas that are really struggling at the moment, and they need our help and they need our money. So get out here, check it out. Grenfell Silo Art, Weethale and West Wyalong, all on this same trip, and all well worth the trip.